Bulldogs for an amazing win. You just must be pumped. The smile says it.
Yeah, it was an amazing win. It was a massive team win, and the supporters that we had over from Adelaide and Darwin was so loud. I mean, we could hear them, and the girls just kept going. We knew it was going to be 4 long battles, and we were really confident in how we attacked and how we defended, and we just got there. The siren went at the right time.
How the fingernails in the last.
They're still intact, guys. They're still intact. There was a fair bit of sweating in the box, and with about 5 minutes to go, though, I can tell you.
Erin, you said to us yesterday to ask you again.
Yeah.
How this would compare with what you've achieved in your life?
Yeah, it's definitely really special, right up there. It feels like winning equivalent to Olympic gold. Obviously, I haven't done that, but World Championship gold. Just the love and support, from the community and from South Australia and Northern Territory, from the football club. It's just amazing. I've never been part of something so big, and it's pretty special. I'll probably it'll come down to earth after maybe a beer and a few nights of sleep.
I agree.
Touching shares with you and your father, Rick, who both won a premiership in the same sport. So a little bit extra special.
Well, he hasn't reminded me yet, but I'm sure he'll tell me, 7 to go to catch him. So, which is, thinking about it, that's just unbelievable. But it's really special to share with Dad. He was pretty emotional. I was obviously after as well. But yeah, it's just been amazing. I can't really describe it, and sharing it with my new family is pretty special.
And the little ones, did they fit? Have you tried it?
We got legs and hips in, but we didn't.
We will force them.
Yeah. I'm a good mother, really.
Erin, I know you don't play for individual awards, you would say that, but the honour of getting the best on ground as well. Extra special. Yeah.
Oh, look, it's it is special, but someone's got to kick to you. Someone gives you the ball, you get it in extra possession, this and that. So this is just an extension of the team, really. I'd much rather have the cup and this one, more importantly. But look, it is it's special if I want it, great. But this outweighs it all.
And Beck, just from a whole holistic point of view, I remember you saying in the press conference the first impression was so important. Now that we've had the first season, that noise out there was amazing.
Yeah.
How do you view this season and just today, for example?
I think the season's a massive success. The AFLW has been a massive success, and we've seen huge numbers of people going to watch it, and a different group of people going to watch it as well. The diversity of the people that go and watch these games, and the passion that you see from the players as well. It's a new market, it's a new brand, and all of the players and the coaches and everybody that's been a part of this league have set it up to be something amazing going forward. And now we've got that little part of history that we've made the best and lasting first impression on season 1.
Do you reckon the players were hurting a bit in the end? Were they nearly spent?
Yeah, look, absolutely. And the quarters were a little bit longer, guys.
Yes.
No doubt about that. The quarters just being that little bit longer, and we were attacking like hell. Like we were in the biggest fight of our lives with Brisbane. They're an amazing opponent, and we knew that was going to happen. And we just had to get that ball a little bit longer and stop kicking so shallow. We were putting it in, and we couldn't quite score. And their defence was unbelievable. And for our defenders to be able to stand up on that counter-attack and turn it back over and force it back down in the clutch was unreal.
How important was the start in terms of standing in front and getting that goal straight away?
Yeah.
I guess the nerve settler, really.
Yeah, how many seconds did it take for that first goal?
20 seconds.
Yeah, it's a pretty quick goal. So, we've always talked about in our group about wanting to strike first, and that put us in good stead today. Rather than having to come back from behind to get the wind, and we haven't done that in a while. I don't think we've been in that position for a while, the last few games at least. So it was good to just keep going, keep surging forward with a bit of urgency and getting the job done.
Becca, I think you quoted You're the Voice of John Farnham. So can you just tell us the story?
Well, Erin and I really love John Farnham, I suppose. Our era loves John Farnham, and early on in the piece we forced John Farnham on the younger girls of the group, and they've grown to love it as much as we have. So, but it's quite true, we are the voice of this competition, and we had the chance to turn the pages over from a football history that's been missing with women playing in it at the elite level. and it was our chance to write the story, and we wrote the story.
Can you tell us some really heavy hits towards the end in particular? Looked like you were really hurting then. How are you feeling it now?
Oh, I feel great now. If we lost, I would be, feeling sorry for myself. No. Look, there were obviously tough bumps, but that's footy, You expect that. It's grand final, so you're going to expect harder tackles, harder bumps, everything. So I was quite prepared for that. We all were, really.
Erin, was there any sort of frustration that you couldn't put them away? It seemed like you were dominating,
Yeah.
and they just sort of kept hanging around.
Yeah. Look, I just stayed positive. We could have, kicked 2 or 3 more at least. But it's credit to them. They didn't let us, and that's their backline. Really stood strong. But it's a grand final. Did I go in thinking we were going to win by 5 goals? No. I knew it was going to be a tough battle, and I knew it would come right down to the wire, and it did, really.
Beck, you mentioned about pages of history. What does the success of today do for the competition? Does the grand final need to be a standalone fixture next year?
Yeah, look, that's not something that I could even really think about or comment on, because we've enjoyed this season so much, and everything that's been rolled out by the AFL has just been so impressive, and the way that we're treated, and the grounds we've played on, it's just been top notch as far as we're concerned. We could play it anywhere. If you'd seen some of the grounds these girls have been playing on growing up, they're cow paddocks. So we were really happy to travel. We've got good success when we travel. Always part of our team is always travelling, no matter what, anyway. And going forward, the AFL will do their own reviews and see where that needs to be. But it all had to start somewhere. Season 1 always had to start somewhere, and I know there's things that we'll do differently next season. And I know with teams watching us, they'll do things differently too.
When we were talking about half time, it felt like you had so much more of the game, and they were lucky to be in it, mate. But how do you approach it from then onwards? What are you talking about?
Yeah, well, we always talk about just having 4 battles. So we compartmentalise each battle as it goes by, and we look at what we're going to set up to do in the next battle. And that's how we've approached the game. And we look at things in our attack and our defence that we need to improve. And it's always very positive. We always stay calm, and we talk positively to the players, and they always respond.
Erin, obviously, now that the season is done, how much have you enjoyed just having the chance, I guess, to play footy? You talked about you've had a great sporting career, but how much have you just enjoyed having this chance?
Yeah, I've had so much fun. I'm very grateful, because this league might not have started in 2 or 3 more years, and that may have passed, my sporting lifetime. And I remember Beck wrote me a note. She wrote us all a note, but in mine it says, "Go and have some fun doing something we should have been able to do 17 years ago." And just to be able to be doing this now. And I've met so many past players. Beck could have quite easily played the game, so looking at her and just reminding yourself you're so lucky to be a part of this competition, and I'm so lucky that it didn't pass me by, really.
Do you think we're going to see more and more girls from different disciplines now turning their attentions towards this opportunity?
Yeah, look, I think the league's only going to get stronger and stronger, and I'm sure it's caught a lot of attention from other sports. But I always say to people that you can't just roll into the AFL. Like, you've got to be able to play this game. These girls are so skilled, we'll definitely see a lot more girls wanting to play the game. I've been inundated of people saying, well, how do I get my girl involved? And it's fantastic. I love that question. This is only going to get bigger and bigger.
Erin, there's a lot to be said for the skills that you learn in your backyard. If you were able to go away, for the time you have, and then come back and win it best on ground in a professional grand final.
Yeah, look, it's not like I feel like I've never really been away from the game. That makes sense. I've lived it through, obviously growing up with my dad, then I've lived it through my brother-in-law Sean, and even overseas I'll be streaming it on the weirdest ways possible just to be able to watch footy, because I couldn't get it, you know, in the freezing cold of Poland in my little apartment. I wanted to watch footy, so I never was too far away from the game. And you know, I feel like I've played so many games in my mind, in dreaming about it and things like that. So yeah, I've loved it since I could walk and talk. Ask my dad, he'll never let him sit down. It was kick the footy, poor guy. So yeah, it's been amazing.